Well, welcome everyone. Good morning. Good to see you. I hope everyone is well. Um, we are going to be doing some binds today. So if you need straps, go and get yourself a strap or a towel or a belt if you need that for binds. Otherwise, you can always sit the binds out. You don't have to do the binds if binds are difficult for your shoulders. Okay, so we're going to start cross ankles. Back up nice and tall and straight. And just resting your hands on your knees or your thighs. Relax the shoulders and allow your eyes to close. Pause here a moment with the eyes soft. Relaxing your face and becoming aware of your breathing. Noticing how your rib cage and your chest is rising and falling and expanding and contracting with each breath. And now on your next exhale, you're going to drop your chin to your throat. Give a gentle stretch into the back of your neck and your upper back. Softening even more into your face, your forehead, eyelids. And now on your next inhale, we're going to lift the chin and point your nose straight up. Keep breathing. And each time you breathe in, lift your chin a little bit higher. And from here, we're going to move into some full spinal rolls. So as you breathe out, round your back, tuck your chin to your throat. You can hook your fingers over your knees if you want to. And as you breathe in and curl, lift your chest, tilt the head back again. As you exhale, round back down. Full, long, deep breaths in and out. Make sure you're not tightening your face here or tightening your mouth. Each time you lift your chest, pull your shoulders all the way back. And next time you roll up, we're going to stay there. So again, chest up high, shoulders rolling back behind you. And now take your hands back as well, placing your palms on the floor with your fingers pointing back away from your body, arching into the upper back, lifting up out of your lower back. And then on an inhale, we lift the head, walk your hands up, keep the shoulders back as you stretch your legs out in front of you. And then we're going to twist. So bend the right knee up, step your right foot over your left thigh, and then wrap around, taking that right hand back. Flex your left ankle, pull your toes towards your shin. And if you take your arm to the outside of that right leg, sink your left shoulder again. Balance the shoulders out with each other. Feel the breath. And with each inhale, lift through your upper back and the back of your head. Keep your spine straight and tall as you untwist yourself. Take your right leg out in front of you. Bend the left knee up. Step your left foot over the right thigh. Twist it off to the opposite side. And once you're in that twist, flex the right ankle, stretch the heel forward, pull your toes all the way back. Keep lifting your heart up high. Mind completely focused on your breath, but also focused in what you are feeling in your whole body. So notice your body sensations as a whole. So just focus into one sensation. Try to feel everything at the same time. And then untwisting yourself. And we're coming back into crossed ankles, lifting your heart up. We're going to go into eagle arms, reaching the arms wide. We wrap the right arm underneath the left, twist above the elbows. And then once you've got that twist, you start to lift and lift. Make sure you're not leaning your forearms to the left or right. They point up straight in front of your nose. Pressing your elbows forward. And then keep lifting your chest. So the more the elbows go forward, the more your back will want, or your upper back will want to round. So then you've got to lift your chest higher to flatten out the upper back. With an exhale, we release the arms down. Change the cross of your ankles, other way. And then when you're ready, left arm under right. With your in-breath, forearms lift, elbows lift. Keep trying to make the upper arms longer by stretching your elbows forward. And if you can, try not to drop your hands to your head. Notice your breath. Trying to soften into the armpits, softening into the chest muscles. And also noticing your neck. Is your neck a little bit tight here? You can always gently move your head a little bit from side to side to help the neck release. On and out breath, we drop the arms down. And from here, we're moving on to hands and knees. Once you're on your all fours, it's into your cats and your cows. Spread your fingers and then roll with the breath. Full deep breaths in and out. Become aware of your feet. Press them firmly down to the floor. If you can, try and get the tops of the ankles and the tops of the feet flat on the ground. And keep rolling. And then coming into your flat spine. And now we're going to do something. And if you can, you're going to be doing this with your knees and your feet together and your bum sitting to your heels. If you can't do that, then come up and do a normal baby down dog twist. Okay, so we're going to twist it here. Sitting to heels if you can, knees and feet together. From here, we're going to take the left arm to the ground and thread it across. So this is similar to when we do this with knees wide. We're just doing it with knees together. And try and get your shoulder to the floor. So your bum might lift a little bit. That's okay. And if you absolutely cannot get shoulders to the floor, then come to half baby down dog. Twisting baby down dog. So now we want to get left shoulder to the floor, and now you're going to lift your right arm straight up. Your face is turning towards those left fingers. And keep trying to take your bum back towards your heels. Soften into the back of the neck and the back of your head. And bringing the right hand down. You come all the way up. Get the knees together if they're slid apart. And then slide the right arm through. Try and get the shoulder all the way to the ground, palm facing up. And then sink back towards your heels or the backs of the thighs. Left arm goes all the way up. So you're going to want to tip your weight into your chest here. keep trying to shift your weight back towards your bum. Right? The shape of your body is trying to tip the weight forwards, and that's naturally going to lift the hips. Just keep trying to sink the hips back and down. Now bring that left hand down. Going to come up onto all fours again. Take your knees a little bit apart. And now we're going to go into baby down dog, but we're going to do it on fingertips, right? So spider fingers. Take the arms forward, hips and thighs over knees. And then if that doesn't feel good for you, up on fingertips, then flatten your palms. So it's like you've got tennis balls underneath you, the center of your hand, but the fingertips are on the floor. And we'll push down with the fingertips and press up with the inner elbows. Make sure that you're breathing. Walking back up onto palms. And now we're going into full downwards facing dogs. The knees lift, hips to the sky, stretch it back into heels, pedal it out if you need to. Do whatever feels good to you. Settle into the hips and the shoulders. And then we're taking feet forwards to hands, coming to standing forward bend at the top of your mat. Take the alignment of the feet, outer edges of your feet parallel to each other, and just sink it down for a few breaths. Again, you can pedal the knees if you want to, or roll shoulders or wrists or sway. And evening up the legs. And on an inhale, we're going to rise, floating your arms up over your head. On your exhale, bringing your hands to your chest. And moving into Surya Namaskar. Inhale and reach up. On your exhale, forward fold. And lengthen on an in-breath. Step, walk, or hop back straight into your plank. And then flowing yourself down. Roll it through and up on your inhale. Back to down dog on your exhale. Holding your down dog. Feel the heaviness of your head sinking down. Lengthen the neck. Then looking forward, step, walk, or hop your feet to your hands. When you get there, as you breathe out, fold deeper into the forward bend. And on an inhale, float all the way up to standing. Exhaling, hands to center. Good, guys. On your in-breath, arms reach up. As you exhale, forward bend again. Through your half lift in your own time. And then straight back into your plank and down on the exhale. When you get into your back bend, just pause there a moment. Check that you're not pressing your shoulders forward. Take them all the way back away from your chest. Keep breathing. And then taking it back to hold your down dog again. Each time you breathe out, squeeze that belly button tight. Each time you breathe in, lengthen a bit more through the sideways by lifting the hips, but also pressing the armpits forward. So that's how you create length in two sides of the body in a down dog. Hips go up, but pressing armpits forwards, not down, forwards towards the back of your head. Good. Traveling feet to your hands. And on an inhale, come all the way up. Now we're going to come into eagle arms. So wrap your right arm underneath your left. Once you've done that, you're going to drop your thumbs or your hands to your forehead. So I want you to get your hands or your forearms or wrists, whatever, to touch your forehead, and you glue them. Press the elbows forward, And we're going to go into a forward bend. But as you do that, bend your knees. So on an exhale, knees bend slightly. Keep your hands pressing up towards your head and press your elbows down towards the floor. So the knees are bent here, guys. Don't do it with straight legs to start. Bending into the knees actually gives you a deeper release in your upper back. So you always hear me talk about how hips and shoulders are connected. So notice here, as you straighten the legs, does that tighten in the upper back? Does that tighten slightly in the shoulders or the upper arms? Okay, now we're going to keep the eagle arms, and on an inhale, come all the way up to standing. And as you come up, lift your elbows as high as you can. If it's comfortable, you can tilt your head back, or you keep looking forward, then your face is going to squish into your upper arms. We're lifting the elbows up. Try and take your forearms over your head. And then we release the arms down. And we change. Left arm underneath the right. Drop your hands to your forehead. Press the elbows forward. Bend the knees slightly and forward bend. Taking elbows towards the ground. Again, start with the knees bent to get the full release in the upper back. This also goes into your lats down underneath your armpits. Don't worry about the neck so much right now. Keep pressing those elbows down. And you're going to either keep the knees bent or start to stretch them straight. As you stretch the legs straight, tip further forwards towards your head, but keep your hands touching your head. And on an inhale, we come all the way up. You lift your elbows as high as you can. Again, you're welcome to do a bit of a back bend here, lifting your face, or keep your nose pointing forward, squishing your face into your upper arms. And then releasing the arms down. Just take a few shoulder rolls there, hanging your arms down your side. And then we're going to move into some more vinyasa. So we're back up to the top of the mat. If you change there, on an in-breath, arms float up to the sky. On an exhale, forward fold. Now this time after you lengthen, we're going straight back into downwards facing dog. And we're going to take a high lunge. Right foot steps forward and lifting the chest. And now we're going to take some circles with the arms. So as you breathe in, arms go forwards and up. As you breathe out, the arms go back and down. So don't do the opposite arms. It's two different actions in the shoulder joint, which gives a different release in the chest and the upper back, depending which way direction you circle the arms in. The arms forwards and up, and then back and down. And next time you reach back, clasp or interlace fingers. Stretch that left knee straight. And we're keeping the legs in a lunge. Left hand to the ground, right arm up into your twist. You can look to the floor or the direction your chest is turning, or up to your right fingers. Feel the breath. Keep breathing. On an out breath, we're taking right hand to the floor. As you breathe in, step into plank, and then flow yourself down as you breathe out through your back bend and back to your downwards dog. As soon as you're ready, left foot forwards into your lunge on the other side. And then we circle. Inhale to go forwards and up. Exhale to go back and down. Squeeze those inner thigh muscles tight. Squeeze your calf muscles tight. So those leg bones are nice and stable and balanced. So take one more circle. And then we keep those arms back, interlace or clasp the hands behind your back. Shoulders keep squeezing towards your spine. Legs stay in the lunge, taking it into the twist. Right hand to the ground, left arm up. Make sure your back heel is still pointing straight up. And we take left hand to the floor. On an in-breath, step into plank. On your exhale, slow yourself down. In-breath into the back bend. Exhaling to your down dog. And from down dog, we're going straight into another lunge. Low lunge this time, right foot forward, left knee down. Square off in the pelvis completely, and then like the high lunge, full circles with the arms. Flowing with the breath. Full deep breath in and out. And then next time the arms go up to warrior one, we hold warrior one. You can either look forward or you can tilt your head back. And then like when you were sitting and you're tilting your head back, if you're doing that version, lift with the chin. Don't just drop the head back. Lift with the chin to stretch the neck long. Otherwise, keep lifting with the tips of the ears if your nose is pointing forwards. On an in-breath, we take hands to the ground. Exhale into plank or downward facing dog splits. On an in-breath, forwards to plank if you're doing the splits. Exhale and lower down. Travel it all the way through. And when you're ready, left foot forwards for the low lunge on the other side. Take that front heel is straight under your left knee. And then sweeping the arms forwards with in-breath, back and around and under with the exhale. Lifting tall through the chest and the upper back. And next time you lift your arms, holding your warrior one. Each in-breath lifts the side ribs a little bit higher. We sweep hands to the ground, either stepping left leg into plank or left leg back to down dog splits. Move with your breath in your own time as you flow yourself through that transition back to your downwards dog when you're ready. From down dog, we're taking feet to hands. We're going to stay in the forward bend, reaching arms back, clasp or interlace your fingers behind your back. Let the top of your head sink down. Don't look at the ground like I'm looking at the ground. I'm just doing that to keep my earbuds in my ears. So whether you're straightening the legs or bending the knees, tip it all the way forwards into the top of your head. Don't lean back into backs of thighs and calves. On an in-breath, you're going to come all the way up to standing. Keep your arms back behind you. Bend into your knees. We're coming into a chair shape and lift all 10 toes off the ground. So you can really arch into your spine here if you want to. Squeeze your belly button tight. Don't soften the tummy muscles. And if you want to, you can also tilt the head back. So that's going to take you into quite a deep compression in the lower back. If that's too much for you, you keep looking forward. Anisha, be careful with this one. Not Anissa. Anissa, you can do this. Anisha, be careful. And then stretching your legs straight. On an inhale, arms float up. On your exhale, circle and forward fold. You lengthen and go straight back into downwards facing dog. Good, guys. Everyone's looking great. From here, we're taking right foot forwards, left knee to the ground. Check the alignment of that front heel always. And now it's right foot forward. We're going to hook left thumb in front of the right thumb and take the arms up. And now we're going to pull those thumbs against each other and pulse with the breath. Okay, so this is important. Get the right breath here. On an in-breath, bend the elbows, pull them back. On an out-breath, stretch the arms up, and then keep going. In-breath to pull down and bend. Out-breath to stretch the arms up. And next time you bend, we're going to hold it there. So really hook those thumbs, pull them tight into each other to help you get that full release in the upper back and the chest. And then now with an in-breath, reach your arms back up to warrior one. We're going to tap the back toes under and lift your back knee off the ground, coming into a high lunge. Bringing hands together at your chest, and we're going to twist. Left elbow over the right thigh. Right elbow up. The forearms at a diagonal angle. Lift your chest up. Make sure your chest is higher than your right thigh. Don't lean into that left shoulder or upper arm. Okay, then hands to the floor. From here, we're going to take it back. Right leg to down dog split. And we're going to pulse. Okay, on an out breath, forwards to plank, knee to chest. On an in breath, kick back, down dog splits. Now you're going to do 4 or 5 of these in your own time. So count how many you do. Forwards on an exhale, back and up on an in breath. And then next time you lift your leg up to down dog splits, hold it. And now when we come forwards, we're going to swing that same leg, the lifted leg right now, into a lunge. Right foot forwards into a lunge. Turn your right toes to point to the right side of your mat. So you turn that right foot out, turn onto the outer edge of the left foot so the left heel turns to the ground. Flex your left ankle and lock your left knee, right arm up to the sky. And then we're going to pulse here. So in breath, take your right arm over your ear. As you breathe out, hips go towards the floor, right arm goes back. On the inhale, you lift. On an out breath, right arm reaches back. Don't worry if that left hip or thigh doesn't get to the floor. Just do what you can here, but make sure that that left knee is straight. Don't bend your left knee. That's going to put a lot of strain on the knee joints. And now next time you lift, we hold it there, flexing both ankles, pulling all 10 toes up towards your shins. Right hand to the floor, stepping into your plank. On an exhale, lower. Breathe yourself all the way through your down dog. Okay, from down dog, taking a low lunge, left foot forward, right knee to the mat, left heel under the left knee. When we lift the arms, right thumb, so it's left foot forward, right thumb hooks in front of the left. Arms go up. On an in-breath, elbows bend and pull wide. On an out-breath, stretch back up again. In-breath, you bend. Out-breath, you stretch. Keep going, guys. Keep breathing. And next time you bend the elbows, let's hold it there. Really pull the thumbs tight into each other. With an inhale, stretch the arms back up. tuck those back toes under, press the back knee off the ground, come to your high lunge. Squeezing the leg muscles tight as you bring your hands to your chest. And when you're ready, take the twist, right elbow over the left thigh. Make sure that back leg is straight. Squeeze the muscles tight to the leg bones so you're super strong, super balanced. And then taking palms to the ground, and we're going to pulse again. So it's left leg back, down dog splits. And then on and out breath, forwards to plank, knee to chest. Inhale to lift and kick back. Exhale to come forward. So same amount that you did on the other side, you count. I don't know how many you did. And next time you kick back to your down dog split, pause. And we're going to swing that left leg through into your lunge. Get your heel under your knee. And then we're turning left toes out to the left side of your mat. So the inner edge of your foot faces the front of the mat. Turn your right heel down to the ground and flex your right ankle. Balancing on that right arm. Make sure this back knee is straight, straight, straight. Left arm to the sky. And here we go with the pulsing again. Inhale to take your arm over your head, hips up high. As you exhale, hips go down, arm goes back. All in your own time, with your own breath. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Keep taking your shoulders back away from your chest. And next time that arm goes up and over, we hold it there. Lengthen through the neck, guys. And hands to the floor, straight into your plank, flat down onto the ground. Okay, so relax your body for a moment. Then we're going to take our half frog, reaching back for one foot with your hand. Squeeze the heel in. Sink your forehead. Relax the upper body. We're here for half a minute on each side. Now just check in with those knees. Don't have your knees wider than your hips or your shoulders. Relax the neck and the throat. And letting go of your leg. Change over to the other side. Again, just check that you're completely square on the front of your body, in your pelvis and in your chest. Don't lean over to the left or the right hip or shoulder. And letting go of that foot. And we're going to make our way back to downwards facing dog. So we're going to do our first bind here. From your down dog, taking your feet forwards to your hands. Have the feet about hip width apart or slightly wider if binding is difficult for you. If you're using the strap, take your strap into your left hand because that's going to be the top arm. And bend into your knees. Keep your knees as wide as your heels. Take your right arm through. Wrap that right arm behind the right thigh. And if you're using the strap, drop it down to your right hand from the left hand. Otherwise, finding your hands behind your back. letting the head hang. Now your head can be twisted. Do what is most comfortable for your neck. And then if you're trying to go deeper, we're trying to stretch the legs straight. The straighter that right leg becomes, the more you'll feel it in the shoulder and the upper back. And now we're going to let go. So bend the knees first. Release your arms. If you're using the strap, take it over into your right hand. Left arm goes through between the legs. Right arm goes up, dropping the strap down to the left hand or finding your fingers. Again, you choose what you're doing with your head, so be aware of your head and your neck. You move your head very gently to adjust and find the right position. And then maybe stretching those legs straighter. Keep tipping towards your toes. And release out. Just hang down for a moment. Roll the shoulders if you need to. Roll the wrists. Pedal the knees. Do whatever you need to here. You can sway. You can roll your head. And then on an inhale, we float up to standing. Exhaling, hands to center. Feel the weight of your body sink down into your feet. And on your next in-breath, reach your arms up. As you breathe out, forward fold. We're going to lengthen, and we're going straight back to downwards facing dog. From down dog, we're taking a low lunge. Right foot steps forward, heel and shin bone under the right knee. We're lifting arms up to the sky. And then we're going to take eagle arms. So we've got right leg forward. We're going to take left arm under, right arm on top. So different ways to work it here. If you want to get more into the stretch in the upper back, keep taking your wrists and hands forward away from your forehead. Maybe lifting the elbows a little bit higher. As the elbows go higher, your hands will drop towards your forehead. So then you move them forward. If you want to take the back bend, then you arch the spine, the elbows go up. And again, try not to drop your hands onto your forehead, but your hands will drop. So if you're doing the back bend and you're lifting those elbows high, your hands will be a little bit lower. Don't try and push the hands up away from your head, but also don't drop them to your forehead. And then releasing yourself out, moving into a twisting triangle, hands to the floor, tuck the back toes under, lift your back knee, stretch both knees straight. Left hand on the ground, get it as close to your right foot as you can, or right hand on your shin or left hand on your shin or your ankle, or left hand on the outside of that right foot. And then either right hand on hip or right arm all the way up, just like your earlier twist, your twisting Parsvakonasana. We can look in 3 directions here. So choose the one that's working for you. Make sure that back knee is straight. And if you can't get the back heel on the ground, slide the left foot closer to your right foot. Okay, we're going to bring the right hand down. Feet stay where they are. Walk your hands to the left side of your mat and turn the feet parallel. And then fold yourself all the way down. You can hold onto legs, or you can have hands on the floor, or just hang the arms or elbows down. Make your adjustment there for the pose you want to do this morning. And then whatever you're doing with the upper body, make those legs really strong. Push the knees out, push the calves out away from each other. And hang your head down. Fully relax the neck. Now on an in-breath, we're going to come all the way up. Turning your right toes to the front edge of your mat. And we're coming into warrior two legs, but we're not doing warrior two. We're doing side angle pose, either right elbow to thigh or fingertips down to the ground on the inside of your foot, and take that left arm all the way over your head. Okay, so make this left leg super strong. Push up with the inner knee and the inner thigh. So left leg goes up, right thigh goes down. The legs are doing two different things here. Back leg goes up, front leg goes down. And now we're to keep that left arm over the head and just stretch your right leg out into a triangle. So both legs straight. Keeping shoulders moving to your spine. And then let's transition. Bend the front knee, hands to the ground, either into plank or right leg to down dog split, your choice. Flow yourself through your transition. Fabulous, guys. Okay, so we're taking the low lunge, other side, left foot forward, arms reach up. Into your eagle arms, left foot is forward, we're going to take right arm under, left arm on top. Okay, so again, you can move the hands forward and stretch the elbows forward, lift the elbows a little bit, or you can start to arch and back bend it. If you're back bending, don't tap your hands onto your head. Keep your hands lifted slightly. Keep stretching the elbows away from you. And we're releasing the arms out. We're going into that twisting triangle, hands to the floor, back toes tucked, back knee lifts up. Turn your right foot in and down so the heel is flat on the ground, and stretch your left leg straight. Right hand stays on the floor or on your ankle or shin, and then either left hand to hip or left arm all the way up. Keep breathing here. Anytime you're in a twist, the breath will tighten. So we've got to really notice the breath to keep it flowing. Make sure your back heel is on the ground, both legs straight. And then hand comes down, staying with the legs wide as you walk your hands around to the side of your mat. Fold yourself all the way down into your full Prasarita Padottanasana. Relax the back of the neck. Keep tipping into your fronts of your feet and your toes as you press the inner ankles out. Press the inner calves and knees out away from each other. And then at the very tops of the inner thighs, at the groins, press that part of your leg out away from each other as well. On an inhale, we're going to come all the way up to standing. Turning your toes to the top of your mat. We're going into the side angle pose. The left toes turn open, left knee bends, either elbow to thigh or fingers to the ground, right arm all the way over. Right, so like the other side, the right inner thigh and knee goes up. That means you can drop the left thigh down, left hip down. We're trying to get the back of the left thigh parallel to the floor. Full side body stretch and arm stretch in that right arm. So keep the right arm where it is. Stretch your left leg straight into your triangle. Lean towards your spine and your upper back and lengthen through the sides of the neck. And we breathe hands to the floor. Bringing that left leg back, down dog splits or into plank. and flowing yourself through that transition all the way back to your downward dog. From your down dog, step or hop forwards to your hands. And with an in-breath, we rise up to standing. We're going to stay standing for a few balances, breathing the arms down. Feet are hip distance apart and the feet are parallel to each other, hands on the hips. And we're going to do our circles here. And we're just doing our hip circles, our thigh circles, to warm up into the hip joint for a tree pose. Okay, so let's balance on the left foot. We'll lift the right leg up and take your circles. So your standing leg knee can be bent or straight. If you know that you tend to hyperextend in your knee joint, don't lock the leg straight. Keep it a little bit bent. And then circling around the other way. Doesn't have to be super wide. This is not about the stretch in the inner thigh, which is what you get when you open wide out to the side. Just warming into the fluid in the capsule, the hip joint capsule. That's all we're doing here. Okay, foot down to the ground. Toes point straight forward. And the other leg up when you're ready. Circle it around on the other side. Again, doesn't have to go super wide. Keep those shoulders back. And then change and circle in the other direction. Squeeze the belly tight. Try not to twist your shoulders backwards and forwards. Okay, and then bringing the foot down. Use pedal a few times if you need to. Okay, guys, now we're going to come to a tree pose. Sorry, hold on. But we're going to be doing eagle arms in tree. So as you know, with eagle arms, those forearms are in front of your face. So don't peek your head around the side or drop your arms to the side. You're going to have your eyes looking at the backs of your arms. And just notice the difference that creates in your balance, right? You have to really focus inwardly to balance. So let's balance on left foot first. We're bringing right foot to calf or to the thigh. Make sure your right toes point straight down. They don't point forwards in the direction of your chest. And we've got right leg out to the side. So the left arm is going to go underneath. Right arm on top. Coming to your eagle arms. Squeeze the inner thighs tight. And now keep your legs in tree as you release your arms out. And we're going to reach back and interlace your fingers behind your back. Hug the shoulder blades into your spine. Open that chest up. Release the hands. Bring your knee forward. Take your foot to the ground. And then we make sure that your standing leg toes point straight forward. Change to the other side, foot to calf or foot to inner thigh. Squeeze the thighs in towards each other. So it's left leg out to the side. We're going to bring right arm underneath, left arm on top. Keep lifting up through your chest. Keep breathing. Keeping your legs in your tree, carefully release the arms, reach back, find your hands behind your back, and then open the chest. So your eagle arm stretches open your upper back, it compresses the chest, arms back, stretches open the chest, compresses the upper back. Getting the release on two sides there. You release your hands, bring the knee forward, foot down to the ground. Good, guys. Okay, now we're going to do one last spine before we go down onto the floor. So back to the top of the mat if you're not there. On an in-breath, stretch up. On your exhale, fold. Tipping to toes in front of the shins as you bow. Half lift and lengthen. And travel straight back into downwards facing dog. From down dog, we're taking warrior two, right foot forward. And then we're going to take the bind in side angle. So three options here. Either no bind, either elbow to thigh and arm over your head like you did earlier, or half bind, just with the left arm wrapped behind you. You can always have elbow up or fingers down, or your full bind with the right arm underneath. Okay, now if you're going for the full bind, try not to lean into your right shoulder. Try and have your right shoulder higher than your right knee. That means you've got to slide your hands more towards under the thigh than towards your bum or the back of the thigh. Lean your weight towards your upper back and the back of your head. And now if you've got the bind, you might want to try and do a bound triangle, stretching your right leg straight. Now what will happen as that right leg straightens is your whole chest will dip towards the floor and also go forward. So lean towards your spine again and lift the left shoulder as high as you can. Maybe looking up over that left shoulder if it's comfortable on your neck. Good, guys. We release the pose, taking it back into down dog splits, right leg to the sky, either keeping the leg straight or bending that right knee. The shoulders and armpits stay square to the floor, but hips can twist towards the right. And then let's take that right foot down. We're coming to the other side. So a big step forward with the left foot into your warrior two to set the legs up for side angle. And then either elbow to thigh and right arm over, or half bind with the right arm back behind you, or taking the full bind. So again, to get the bind, we often have to dip the chest down, maybe even straighten the left leg a little bit, but then bend the left leg and try and lift all the way up. Get your left ribs higher than your left thigh. So you lean towards your upper back. Keep taking shoulders away from your chest towards your spine. Right leg is really, really strong. Either staying there or stretching your left leg straight, trying to come into your bound triangle. And again, if you're doing that left leg straight, keep the shoulders lifting. Keep trying to lift your left waist up away from your left thigh. Lean towards your back. Well done, everyone. Releasing out, hands to the mat. Left leg back, down dog split. Bent or straight leg, yogi's choice. Square off in the chest. Lift the left hip nice and high. And then left foot to the ground. And we're going to come down to sitting. Well done, everyone. Legs straight out in front of you. And we're coming to Jana Shashasana. We bring right foot up the inside of the left thigh. Drop your knee down. And then reach forward. Flatten your spine as much as you can. Notice your breath. Each time you breathe in, lengthen the top of your head away from your tailbone. The heaviness of the hips extends the spine down. You have to work with the breath to extend the spine up away from the hips. Or forwards. If you're all the way down, then the head goes forwards away from the hips. And we come up with the breath and change. Right leg straight, left foot to inside of the right thigh, sinking the knee down. When you're ready, inhale to extend for wherever you're going, hands to the floor, to your shin, or using your strap. Keep those right toes straight up. And lengthen the heart forwards. Soften into each exhale. Relax across the forehead. Soften your eyebrows and your eyes. Relax into your jaw and your mouth. And then we come all the way up. And we're going to stretch the left leg straight. We're going to come into heron pose, Kanshasana. We're doing the half heron, not the full heron. So we're keeping left leg straight. Flex the ankle, push the heel down and pull your toes all the way back. This left leg is just as important as the right leg. Then bending the right knee up, flex your right ankle. You reach down and hold on to the two edges of your right foot with your, hello? Sorry. Okay. I thought that was somebody talking to me. Okay. Holding onto the two edges of your foot with two hands, and then lift your chest up, and we lift the heel. And Anisha, if you're doing this, you can always do leg out to the side. Okay. You can do leg out to the side. And then we stretch that right leg straight, maybe lift up out of your back. Okay, so for Anisha, if you're doing this, it's out to the side. You can have your hand on the ground and balance. Okay? And that leg does not have to be straight. And those of you that are wanting to go deeper, this then becomes an arm exercise where you pull with your hands. The arms get strong, but the shoulders stay soft. The neck stays relaxed. The more you pull with the arms, the more your neck will want to tighten. So keep the neck soft and relaxed. And then release. Right leg down. Flex that right ankle, push the heel into the floor and bend your left knee up. And we're holding on to the two sides of your left foot. Lift your heel halfway. Don't round into the back. Lift your chest, flatten out your spine. Then try and stretch the legs straight. Oh, fabulous, guys. You're all looking great. Those of you that I can see. Okay. So both legs are working here, not just the lifted one. And then maybe really pulling with the arms to bring your leg a little bit closer. Chest keeps going up. Don't slump your chest down towards your left hip. And keep breathing. Okay, awesome, everyone. Release out. And I'll just watch a moment. Okay, so Anisha, you're going to not do this next thing. Okay, Anissa, you can do this. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the legs out into a V. So I'm just going to show you the various options here. If you need to, legs bend, you tip onto your bum with the knees bent, grab your ankles, okay? Otherwise, we can always start with the knees bent, holding the edges of the feet. We're going to tip up and come into a balance. So once you lift, we're going to try and stretch the legs straight. So lifting, holding the feet is sometimes a little bit difficult. You can't do that. So then what you do is you lift your legs first, then either holding shins or ankles or trying to grab the outer edges of the feet. Don't take in edges. From here, then we stretch the legs straight, maybe. Okay, so feet wider than hips. We bend the knees, hold on to feet, try and lift, and then we try and get the legs straight. And then just like your previous Kranchasana, we're trying to have the back straight as well. Just like Kranchasana, when the legs go up, the back will want to round. And if you're feeling perfectly balanced, you're welcome to lift your head, lift your chin. That's the full pose. Okay, well done, guys. Feet down. Stretch your legs straight out in front of you. One last pose before our Shavasana. So reach and fold. The feet can touch or they can be a little bit apart. You're welcome to do full Upavishta Konasana with wide legs if you prefer. Soften into your breath again. Soften into your chest. But keep lengthening your chest forward. Nice, guys. We come up. You'll make your way down onto your back for Shavasana. If you need to hug your knees or do a happy baby, you can. Let your feet flop open. Let the knees sink open. Fully drop down into your upper back, shoulders, arms, just sinking deep into the back of your head. With each out breath, feel your whole body soften. With each out breath, feel your whole body sink. Relaxing all the muscles in your whole face. Allow yourself to fully rest and Fully relax now. And now guide your breath down your legs to your toes, down your arms to tips of fingers, gently touching your thumb across the tip of each finger, wiggling the toes. You roll your wrists, roll your ankles, when you're ready, take in a deep inhale, stretch yourself or hug your knees. And then carefully lifting yourself up, making your way to sitting. May our minds be open to the divine light that guides us. May our hearts be open to the divine love that surrounds us. May the angels keep us and bless us and bring us joy. Namaste, guys. Thank you, everyone.